Deck is going to be about an evil sage deck. It's a little dated. It's by Gabe Costa-Gioni. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. It's from Tom Sorenson's blog. Now, mind you, this is like the 2016, 2017 era. So it fits our card availability. The main plan and speculation is that the zeros are the actual threat, whereas the ones are your disruption. There we go. There's the word. We start the stereotypical. So there's an Angel of Death. I mean, if you're running enough evil cards, it basically does what you need to do. It clears the board, puts down a threat. They have to react to it. Drain Essence, getting 9 back is always good, especially with an aggro heavy meta, which on average would be what I would say we are, because basically Wild Sage really seems to be the deck that you're going to see. I almost say like 50% of the time. Like I really do see it, half the time. Medusa, same thing as Angel of Death, and they kind of help each other out because they're both evil cards and they both, clear stuff out. And this one obviously is Ambush. Necromancer Lord as a 3-pack. From playing this deck, I don't know if I would keep this as a 3. This is just this is the deck list and a basic blueprint for this style, and I will cover my ideas later. This as a 2 of or a 1 of is amazing. As a 3, the number of times where you're trying to recall some of your valid threats, bringing back a Dark Knight isn't the worst. Bringing back some of their dead ones is definitely some decent tech, but these guys usually get 1-2 activations before the board gets wiped. Raxa, what else to say? It does all the things you want to do. It's an army in a can. If you need it to, it can clear out the small stuff on the other side. There's the Zombie Apocalypse. So this is a Zombie Apocalypse deck, but it's not as geared towards abusing this. Corpse Taker has a 3 count. Again, the core principle of this deck is that your zeros do a lot of the heavy lifting, and this bringing back while leaving 1 gold open for some of your ambushers is pretty good. You'll see a few more of those coming up. Dark Knight, this one is one of the main threats. Just turn 1, put it down, swing for 5, and they have to deal with it on their turn, or find a way to banish or it's really about banish, bounce, transform on your turn. Guilt Demon, there is your form of graveyard hate, but at the same time, it's mostly used just as a hasty flyer. We start on blue, a single Crystal Golem. I really like Crystal Golem in these lists, especially, we start looking at Necromancer Lord. It becomes able to come back and become a draw 2 more frequently. I would probably drop 1 Necromancer Lord for a second one of these. Erase, I've said before, it's one of the best cards that there is. And if you're attacking with your 0-cost blitzers, this will just clear the path. It's good efficient use of gold. Helion, the more you play this card, the more you really start to respect what it can do when loyalty is on the table. Now, notice it doesn't prepare what it takes, so you need their body to be unprepared. So if you put ambushes in at the end of their turn, during their turn, steal one of their guys to block their own guys, it can kind of be removal. On your turn, you steal one of their big ones that still can't attack just yet. Now it can attack on your side, and you remove a possible blocker. It can do a lot. 2 count definitely feels correct. Going to 3, this one just doesn't seem to be. This is a mid to late game card, really, and it can deal 2 damage later. Ice Drake is a 3 of. There's your reaction. You go in, attack, or at the end of their turn, ambush it in. Tap out who possibly could even block. It clears the way, but a number of times I'll also just play it without the loyalty to block a flyer, especially with these strafing drakes and pyrosaurs and whatnot. This does a lot of the things you need to do in this deck, and the fact it's from the core set's hilarious. Memory Spirit, 1 of. It feels about right. There's not a ton of your events you need to bring back. It does have ambush. It's a 5/4 airborne. It's a good threat. Misguided Herald as a 3 count. It really is what you need for this deck. Sorry about that jump cut. So the Misguided Herald, it's not as powerful as it is in many other decks, but the main one here is to dig for either for more hasty bodies or stuff that you'll see a little bit later. So let's show you those later ones. Temporal Enforcer, getting this into play is always good. Obviously, you want to do it at the end of their turn so you can trigger the loyalty. But coming in off, say, Misguided Herald, pinpoint clearing something out, that's fine. Clearing out a demon token or so, maybe returning one of your guys if they manage to steal one. This, this does more lifting than I was expecting. I'm not going to call it Swiss Army knife because it's scattered in its use. You have the fact that it can come down at the end of their turn at 6 power. It can return one of their guys, hopefully after they spent their gold and they, might need to discard. Comes back to your turn, you're able to start getting rid of those zeros. Now, obviously, you want to more often than not bounce tokens, but if they have cards without ambush, you can put them back in their hand and just start clearing the way for your other bodies to come in. Time Walker. This is one of the few decks I can say really uses Time Walker properly because of how much of your force is cost 0 and has Blitz. This and I'll try to set up the play against the computer, and then I'll do one against a human player if I can. This really is almost a second wave of attack. It's very impressive in this deck. It's one of the few decks I think that still can use Time Walker properly. Wave of Transformation. Now, we just saw Time Walker, which returns everything to hand. This is running over Reset. Now, as much as I think Reset is probably the better card in context, this does not give them a card draw. This puts down wolves, so you playing it on their turn can still shut down the opponent without giving them a new card to try and deal with a threat. And you aren't really too worried about wolves, so because let's look at, you have the Ice Strike that's airborne. This will shoot 2 wolves. Airborne, airborne, unblockable, unkillable on your turn. Airborne, kills all their wolves. Airborne. You actually don't have too many that are slowed down by the Wave of Transformation. 2-count Arcane Research. This is a dig deep. You're not, yes, you are running Army of the Apocalypse. You'll know when you want to use this, and if you have to, you can always just take away all your events trying to dig for an Army of the Apocalypse. Or if you're in a point where Army of the Apocalypse will not help you, you can just dig away trying to find, say a Time Walker's trying to find, say, an Ice Drake, that sort of stuff. These, you'll see the abuse. There is a certain deck type that is Sage heavy. This is halfway there. There are other ones that are much heavier in Sage. You land 1 or 2 of these, and you're getting 4 damage a turn out of them. You tap them for 2 damage. You then play one of your 1 gold Sage cards, untap it, tap for another 2. And that's why the Wave of Transformation really doesn't bother you. You can just shoot things away. Muse, because it technically is a threat. It gives you cards. It's airborne. So, here it really does utilize it. Now, mind you, this is not the best deck for it, but I would definitely say it fits very well. And then one of the final finishers, the Shadow Imp. Usually you want to play this, attack with it, return it, and then keep it in hand. You want to try and keep this out of the wave of destruction that's going to come, So if they have to clear the board or whatever, they have to try and catch you on, either before you spent your gold or do something else. You want to always keep this out of the way. Now, obviously, if you need to, you can throw it down as an emergency blocker. More often than not, this is just another 2 points. So you're seeing how many evasive bodies there are, and the ones that aren't evasive are usually very powerful, like Time Walker. So let's take this thing for a spin against the computer, try to set something up. Check mark, check mark. Let's play versus the AI. I'm going to take that deck. Let's give them something good. It can't be anything too complicated, because otherwise they're just going to flub it up. Let's actually do it against Dragons, because Dragons is a very straightforward deck. Now, that's not the optimum version of Dragons. That will be in another video. So we look at this. Misguided Herald. I'm going to probably get rid of the Medusa and the 1 Herald. Because I don't have the ability to trigger the Medusa, and 2 Heralds is not really where I need to be. That's better. I can at least trigger that. So it goes to their turn. They cast Misguided Herald. Ew. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is going to go very poorly. But we do have the Enforcer. Oh, man. That is some beatings. So we go Enforcer. We show him that. Send the dragon away. Put down the Muse. Pass the turn. Ooh, that was so many dragons. Gonna go in for 6 unblockable. Pretty good, I hear. Pretty good. Pretty sneaky, sis. I need to save the erase for their turn. I can bring this back. Now, as opposed to waiting for the extra card for the Medusa, I'd rather have something I know I can use now. I'm actually gonna put down the Crystal Golem on my Misguided Herald, because they use their gold. Guilt Dim can block flyers and it's hasty, so is a Shadow Imp. This is ugly. Let's do this guy. Go in for 2. Hopefully we don't get a Draka out of anywhere. Because a Draka's gonna... So we got that. Okay. Shot my Herald. Passed the turn. That's okay. I'm gonna send the dragon back yet again. Let's go with this guy. Let's return the Shadow Imp. Let's show them 2 cards. So you can see how that combo's off. Send away the dragon. Pass the opponent's turn. Comes over to me. This is going to be pretty good. So, should I return the Herald? The answer is sort of. This is tricky timing. Let's put this guy in. Killed my Corpse Digger. Well, the computer's playing better than usual. I'm actually rather impressed. Go Shadow Imp, Shadow Imp. Attack, attack. Now, this probably would be stupid if I was expecting a Spike Trap. So, obviously, probably more like 1 at a time. I could send that away to get in for another 2. I don't think that's really what I need. I'm going to play this, return the Shadow Imp, return the Shadow Imp, turn a 0-cost champion. You know what? I'm actually going to return my Muse. All those are back in my hand. They're safe from danger. Ooh, I do not want to see that. Why didn't they play the Drakas? Okay, I mean, okay, all right. So I'm definitely going to say, hey, that was not well played by the computer in the slightest. That was absolutely terribly dumb timing. I'm going to play that. And I'm going to, well, actually, I can't, if I erase it, yeah, it's pointless. I'll save my erase. Because I'm not threatened by that. So I can bounce some zeros if I play some stuff. I'm actually going to try to bait stuff out. So I'll attack with this. If they kill it, they kill it. Yeah. So yes, that kills off my entire team. I'm not saying it doesn't. But now I'm going to go here. Going to attack since they spent their gold. Go here. Going to attack since they spent their gold. And I'll say it again. Because they spent their gold, I'm going to... Now, this guy, obviously... there's no way for me to kill it. So I'll just get my Shadow Imps back to my hand. I have 7 cards in hand. I actually do. Now, so I'm always make sure that you watch how many cards you have in hand. I can knowingly discard. I'll put out a Muse. I honestly, at this point, don't care if they do kill it, because I have enough gas to finish this off. So here comes, shoots that, keeps my life total safe. They pass to me. I'm going to put down the Drake. I'll show them the 2 Shadow Imps. Select the target, that player. So obviously, if they, for example, if they had the Gudgeon, I would not be able to do that play. So keep that in mind, when you start picking targets for things to die. So that's all tapped down. I'm going to attack with this. Because they can still put down Dracus Enforcer. There we go. That's fine by me. So we block, no one dies, but we do have our plays. Because they spent their gold. Now, we're going to go Time Walker, return. So if I had nothing else, I could use those 2 in play to then trigger my own Time Walker. I'm returning the full grip. They're down both their guys. I have a 10-10. I can come down and attack for another 4. That's not lethal. As much as I would love to, that's not lethal. I have 7 cards in hand. I'm simply going to pass. I'm the only one with anything on board. They have nothing. They're going to have to use their gold to either come at me or take care of my guy. They can't, they in theory could muster 18 out of nowhere, but. So I will admit, yes, they took out my discard. That sucked. I had a memory spirit, whatever, but that's not what I'm really concerned about. Now, I'm going to do the same trick. I'm going to tap down their team. I'm not saying that they should have expected it, but at the same time, the time that when they played their muse, the timing is just really bad. Okay, it comes to me. I should have played that differently. I should have attacked with my onboard tricks before I did anything else. So they take 2. Attack with this guy. See, that play was stupid because it killed their own guy. It dealt 2 to them, and none of my guys are dead. They're literally. There was 0 point to that. So I can attack here with the Drake for the finish. I'm gonna be me using the term I'll be smart, but with this they have it's unblockable. Just goes right in. So versus the computer, obviously not. You saw some good plays, you saw some bad plays. Let's see if we can find ourselves a game online. I will pause while we're waiting. New game constructed. So I'm going to pause. All right, we found ourselves a game. So again, I'm not really. We'll see if I win. I can trade the Necromancer Lord right away. I have some tricks. It's not pretty. Let's put it that way. This is just. I think I send those away because I don't have a Medusa or anything like that to kill off their team. I can make some tricks, but nothing that's going to win the game. This is a little bit better because of the ability to strike in with those Shadow Imps. Oh, well, there's that. In a moment. All right, coming to my turn. I got to throw down the Muse since they spent their gold. See if they deal with it. They did not, so at least get 2 cards. Oh! We're going to do that. So we're going to take their guy. I'm going to show them 2 Shadow Imps. I'm going to take their guy. No, I'm not going to attack my Muse. I can. So I simply removed it. Let's try and get in. Yes, I made myself a liability because I'm dumb, apparently. So while I'm recommending this kind of as like a beginnerish build, that more has to do with the fact that it's got straight lines of attack. Well, they didn't trap me out. They might be counting on that Muse, though. So I'm actually going to keep the Muse back. On their turn, I'm going to hope to get the Ice Drake to pull back. They're going to make me discard 2. Well, aren't you cute? See, if I play the Guilt Demon, they're forcing me to do it. I have to do it. I'm getting rid of that Psionic Assault. That was not pleasant. So they get their Angel back. My 2 get discarded. Yes, I know. I could have kept the Ice Drake to fight that, but also that would have left the Psionic Assault. Yep, that's pretty good. That's GG right there. If I don't draw an answer in 1 turn, I'm going to concede. Yeah, I walked square into that one. That was stupid. There's no way to say it. That was stupid. I was just going to release this whole thing about, oh, hey, these things aren't that great, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that was really stupid. Let's represent like we actually have something. I'm sure they're going to make me discard it. I was going to say, why are you casting that? Okay. That is literally the first time I've seen Brave Squire in a constructed thing. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know how to feel about that. This is a very random build. I'm not saying anything against it, but they wrecked me with that Enforcer. There's really nothing I can freaking do about that. I mean, if they ship the turn right back over, my Helios, if I tap it for damage, it goes back to them. They know I don't have a blocker open. This is lights out. Yeah, I'm gonna concede. Am I being beat by a random 60? I swear I'm being trolled. That's what this feels like. This feels like a random 60. Now, I shouldn't say random 60. There are a few builds out there. Mostly they kind of play it as a singleton, and of course they're going to play it. Why would you not play it? Sure. Let's go declare blockers. Block. Now what do you want to do? Now I want to deal 2 damage to those 2. Actually, let's get rid of those 2 there. I'm sure there's a trick. Let's do the trick. Is there a trick? They just were afraid of Helion? I don't know. But anyway, there are the ability to build a singleton Highlander style deck like that. You can easily pick 60 cards that don't worry about loyalty that much, that you get just some of the better cards, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's right, because I can't attack. That's right. Hey, you can't attack. Look at you, idiot. Anyway, so this is one. I don't really even know how to react to it, and hence my reaction. That's actually what you're looking for if you're using a 60 card singleton. There is no one of your threats that's dependable, but at the same time, there's no one of your threats that's expectable. Like, I'd be like, oh, I saw Avenging Angel, Misguide Herald. I'm like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's GG's. They actually are going to kill me on this attack. So let's do it. Let's do it. You can come in and kill me. Battle pass. I'll actually let them have the kill. It'll save me the time of conceding. There we go. So we're going to get out, try for another game. That was embarrassing. Oh, that was so embarrassing. More how I played. They played very well. I'm giving them that. So we'll see how long this takes. If it takes too long, I'll pause. But you saw there's a couple of timing issues and stuff like that. Like I really should. I even talked about how Helion doesn't prepare the card that they steal. I'm like, oh, I got this free attack window. Okay, well I dealt 4 and I blew everything that I had. I don't have many ways to directly deal with Avenging Angel. in the deck. If you see that, there's not ways to really deal 6 out of nowhere. You have Medusa, you have Wave of Transformation, you have theoretically Time Walker can kind of do it, but since it has Blitz, Time Walker's not gonna do that much. You have Angel of Death, and hopefully you can steal it back or clear it out. This is a fun deck. Like I said, I'm going to list it as a beginner because it's got mostly a straightforward strategy. You can build a little bit on this, but this deck really has foregone a lot of the disruption. Oh, good. We're going to play them again. See if I'm any smarter this time. The answer is maybe. I don't want to see this one in both this early. This is fine because Helion can handle a Wave of Transformation. Starting right out of the gate. All right. Well, there goes one of my Drain Essence. Thanks for that. I'm going to put down Helion early. I'm going to skip that so I can just start dealing damage. Although really I should have waited for the Wave of Transformation and whatnot. I think I actually passed. Yeah, I'm saying it's a beginner deck, and here I am making wonderfully dumb plays. There, thank you for the juicy target. I don't know why you did that. I don't care. I'll take what I can get. You have a dead Muse. If you're only running singletons, you losing a Muse like that is kind of foolish too. So maybe we're all making bad mistakes. Now, let's see if they actually use their fairy. Yep, there we go. And they got a Guilt Demon. Okay, well, they got one of my Guilt Demons. I will admit I don't want to be hit by my own stuff, but that's kind of a shoulder shrug to me. They do still have their gold, though. I think they're trying to figure out what to do, because like, oh, there's nothing to really do with this Guilt Demon. Like, yeah, not really. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting some stuff. Yeah, I think I battle pass on this. I'll just take the 3. Ice Drake is too... I think the Ice Drake's too useful to let it go in like this. I'm not a threatening life total yet. I actually want to like try and catch that fairy if they try to attack with it, which really they really shouldn't. Yes, I know I'm not spending my gold. I'm trying to be smart. Thank you, computer, for recognizing that. I'm definitely going to... actually, no. I put down the Dark Knight here. I'm sure holding it back for that Medusa probably would have been smarter, but why play smart when you can do this? So I took out their zombie. Hooray! Because they have nothing but airborne, so... What is it? Now I need a Wave of Transformation because he's got too much of my stuff. Yes. Uh-huh, Riri. Alright, we can do it that way. That's fine. I'm going to let the 3 come in and wait to see if they're going to spend their gold. Ironically, they're using my exact plan against me of these zeros that do nothing. Are you going to use your gold, or are you going to force me to do something terrible? Yeah, I don't want to. That fairy's getting annoying, and that apprentice is just going to handle the situation. I'm going to try and get 2 cards. Well, look at 2 cards at the very least. Oh, this deck is not paying off the way I've done it in practice. I have 1 or 2 videos. I have uploaded the silent ones. This is not paying off for me in the slice. Oh, hooray! I can trigger Medusa. Hooray! Oh, this is just a tear off. This is... At least I can trigger Medusa. But he's going to threaten me with 6 points with the Wolves before anything even happens. What event are they replaying? Oh, no, there's drone too. All right. Well, they spent their gold. Ice Drake's just going to eat one. Let's do Ice Drake eating one. Skip. Let's do some blocking. Now, of course, they probably have that free wild event that's going to... They shot me for 3. I swear to God. Do you believe that? Oh, man. That has to be a 60 card singleton. There is no... you're going to make me build a 60 card singleton trying to explain away half these choices. Well, at the very least, you found the inspiration for another episode right here, watching me get beaten by what feels... It's very derivative for me, derogatory rather, for me to say, oh, it's a random 60. Those are very specifically selected cards. That's not just a random 60. Enforcer I can do on their turn. I can do most of the stuff on their turn. So we will do that. Actually, we're gonna draw some cards. Oh, we drew some cards. Sorry about that. Oh, of course. Ugh. Well, I'm gonna check their discard, see if that Muse is still in their discard. No. Alright. What do you want to do to start your turn? Well, I want to cry. I'm going to do Angel of Death on my turn, so I'm not going to load the board with anything. I could gain 9 life back. I'm not going to. Because it's better to have that for when I need it. We're going to do Angel of Death. I'm going to show them a Corpse Taker. I'm going to show them a Medusa. I'm not going to let them know I have a 9-pointer. Also waiting to aim something. Pass turn. They could do something tricky. We'll see if they do. I will absolutely give them credit. This feels like a selected 60, one ofs, and they all are coming out at different angles. I had 1 or 2 decks like this in Magic. There's like an EDH format and stuff like that where you just play one ofs. This thing is operating pretty good, and obviously many of the zeros you just need to stay in card economy. You need a bunch of events, even your spot removal that costs 0 to play. Still has a draw 2 attached to it. So when in doubt, you have a ton of draw 2s. Okay, so we're going to go one tit for tat. Little devil. I can Medusa it back. Me stealing it is pointless. Just going to battle pass, take the 4. This is more to get a threat back to, work from there. Yeah, let's do that. Actually, let's do that. Return a 0 to their hand. Of course, that just means that they can trigger and do other stuff. Guilt Demon might be the right call. Misguide might be the right call. What does their yard look like? The yard's a mess. Corpse Taker. Corpse Taker can bring back my angel. I would love to get more gas out there, but let's get back to the angel. Let's get back to the angel. They now know I have an angel, so we can play this grab rear game. This is definitely the final game I'm playing with this. Not period, but just for this video. Bouncing 0 back to their hand, it means that they can Wrath, and there's no problem. Okay, so they put that back in my hand. What do I want to get rid of? I think it might actually be a Temporal Enforcer. Just because, as much as the Corpse Taker doesn't do anything, it still will let me get back an Angel of Death again. So, because now we're entering a grind where I have the board position and they have the life total. So we definitely are going to be haggling a little bit. They're going to make me discard. I'm going to shoot that with Medusa. I'm telling that one outright. Let's get rid of the Ice Drake. Actually, I want to shoot them with Medusa. Actually, I want to Drain Essence. I want to force them into a board clear without overcommitting. Ooh, he didn't play the 0. There is a board clear. I don't want to see that guy again. Let's put it that way. I don't want to see that guy again. Because Little Devil, I think... Does he have Ambush? I think he just has Blitz. Airborne and Blitz. I don't believe it has Ambush. I could bring back... Ooh, I could bring back an Ice Drake to trigger an Ice Drake. Those are all great things, but in doing so, I'll lose the ability to trigger Medusa, so I'm going to try and be smart this time. So you notice, there's that trap of I'm trying to use up the most on your turn, but at the same time, I don't... There, see? There we go. There we go. I'll let them actually gain the 5. I can kill it on their turn. I want to... If it keeps them from using a board wipe for another turn... That can be very useful. Because it is a 6/7. Technically, an unloyaltied Ice Drake can block that. But I can also just kill it outright. I'm probably just going to kill it outright with the Medusa. They're trying to make me do stuff. Let's do that. Let's show you those two. Select target. So let's see now if they board clear. Because they knew about my Medusa from the reveals. So there it is. See? We can almost predict how these things go. You just clog up the board. That's the whole thing. They baited me into it. We both spent our gold, so if here comes Little Devil. Let's see. Oh, no. It's past the turn. Okay. Let's do Guilt Demon. Let's start getting rid of some of these problems. Any other bodies? No. Let's start getting rid of the stuff I don't want to see. See if we have any ambushers or whatnot. Surprise attack. See? There we go. Let's bring back you. Because in all my plays, I no longer have the loyalty for Angel of Death, so I'm going to pass. So at least I now have the loyalty for Ice Drake or Temporal Enforcer. I mean, 4/4. Oh, why? That. Oh, you little. I don't need to reveal anything. Let's just block. You're going to show me your trick. You're going to punch my guy in the face. I'm sure there's a lash or something. Show me something. Lash, rage, wild. Oh, really? You could have killed that. I'm going to try to bank on more gas off the Herald. Or I can draw Muse. That's fine too. Let's keep getting rid of... Is there anything that can go to my face? No, but I am going to get rid of Psionic Assault. Trying to take back the life totals. Drawing 2 cards. That's fine. I mean, admittedly, it leaves our Ancient Chant, but, you know, whatever. Ancient Chant's pretty good in Singleton on here. Do I want to walk into a board clear? You know what? I think I do, because he's out of gold. Ugh. Everything here just... Ugh. Put down a flyer. There's no loyalty. They know there's no loyalty. That was everything loyalty. So this was one of the issues in the earlier core set only and core set Tyrant. So many of the cards want loyalty, and then you end up in turns like this where your hand size and the contents of which are very important, and you're also going to be showing your opponent a ton of stuff on loyalty so they can kind of predict your lines of play and play around them. Misguided Herald, of course, is, it's a gamble, but that one keeps people from really being able to predict your deck. But I got two loyalty twos that have done anything, other than what they're supposed to do, but that's fine. Yeah, sure. Again, it's not random. These are very clearly chosen things, and with all the draw twos and everything else, I'm like, you gotta kill this guy, and you having to kill a 0 never feels good. If they spend their gold, I'll throw down the Muse. If they don't spend their gold, I will not throw down the Muse. Or they can do it that way. Oh my god. Obviously, we're playing off top deck now. But at least my entire team flies. So, there's that. See what's going to happen. Because either way, I'm going to have to play that Raxa unless they clear the board for me. Actually, if they clear the board for me, I definitely play my Raxa. Either way, Raxa's getting played. Because I'm not going to discard that stupid Thought Plucker. So they might have a Spike Trap or something. Let's just keep swinging in. They spent their gold, so down comes Raxa. And, that's the whole thing. I'm walking face first into a board wipe. There's no other way to say it. If they have a board wipe and I have 0 cards in hand, they control the entire game. Now, they're only down by 1 point, but they dictate the entire game, and they do have that 0 cost that is growing and becoming more and more annoying. I guess I was almost always on my heels for this one, between just not being able to, pick the right fights. But again, I'm listing this as a beginner's deck. This is a lot of fun to tool around with, to get to learn how you have, much like the Wild Evil Unbreakable deck. You have board clears or a one-sided fight. It's very simple, but the whole thing here is if many decks can't handle a one-sided fight. However, as you can see, if they can handle a one-sided fight, then we're in for some real trouble. If he attacks with a 4/5, he's going to try and bait out one of my demons. I block with the demon. He takes out Raxa. My demon shrinks back to a 4/4. They're thinking. Ooh. Well, they can save their gold. Yeah, so those are 5/6. Obviously, that's gonna be a problem quickly, and having to waste a Medusa on that is ridiculous. Well, it's now 6/7. Yep. I will start my turn. Yes, I didn't spend my gold because I have nothing. My deck's bigger than when I started the game. Okay. Well, it didn't. Little glitch there. Let's attack for 6 in the air. See where this goes. Okay. Let's just do it. No sense in, I shouldn't say I'm walking into a thought plucker, but they have that night of whatever. I'm not going to let them take out the only card in my hand where I can be putting down some points in offense. Now, this guy is going to die to everything. Like that. See, there we go. Solved. See what my terrible top deck is. Yes, I know. Terrible top deck says. Well, I'm not going to do it because, it's just literally they would chump with one of the humans and it would accomplish nothing. It would just get my guy shot. Yes, I know. I know they're beating me. Thanks for noticing. They can ride that apprentice pretty far. I mean, that's 4 points of apprentice a turn. You can, leave the humans back for doing whatever. But that apprentice is going to do some business. Ah. I don't think I can handle that. I mean, because almost all my other stuff is like, well, so no, sorry. If I have a Drain Essence, I have a Drain Essence and Board Wipes. Those are my only solutions. Well, I can shoot their guy. If that makes me happy. Let's attack in. That's right. I can't attack. As I say, attack in. The computer goes, no, you're an idiot. You can attack in. I'm like, that's a good point. I am an idiot. Yep. Are you going to make me discard it? Yep. This is pretty good for, one-ofs. I'm going to pack it in. If I don't, literally my next draw, I'm going to pack it in. Because I can only survive 3 hits of that. Oh, see, they broke the rule. They broke the rule. It happened to, we're just playing singletons. We're just playing singletons. There is more than one Avenging Angel. That is cheating. That is cheating. See, I was giving all this respect, and then they broke the rules. I mean, to be fair, it is a really good card. You gonna attack in? No, we're gonna toy with me. Why not? Because I have it. Wrath, not a wrath. All right, let's show them what we got. Then we are going to concede. All right, so that was fun and hilarious. You got to watch a good deck from the opponent, not from me. So I might come back to this, but for a beginner deck tech, I think it's pretty good. It shows off that apparently I can't play well. So there's room to learn this deck. There's room to have more fun with this deck, but it can easily succumb to its own weight with all the loyalty required in 2 factions. Yes, we're going to end.